In this video, we're gonna do a 10-minute neck and shoulders release. Let's get started. One of the reasons why we have so much tension in our neck and our shoulders is because of posture, but also the way that we breathe. So we're gonna start off with a little breathing exercise to help to channel the breath into the right areas. So I recommend sitting up on a little lift for this. You could sit on a cushion, a yoga block, whatever you got. And first we're just gonna look at the position of the pelvis and the rib cage, because these will dictate how your breath flows. So first, bring your pelvis upright so your sit bones aim straight down, and then allow your rib cage to connect to your pelvis. Now, this is gonna feel like it rounds you over from your neck, but as the rib cage draws in this position, now start to let your chin move back so that your head balances over too. So when your head, rib cage, and pelvis are all balanced, it's gonna allow the breath to move into the lower lobes of the lungs. When that happens, it helps us to relax, and it also helps to release the tension here in the scalenes in the upper chest, which normally have to be the primary movers if you're seated like this all the time. So we have the good posture. We'll let this area start to relax through the neck and the shoulders. Rest your hands on your thighs. Now I want you to visualize your breath being able to move all the way down into your pelvis and your belly. So with your eyes closed, breathe down, and feel that the pelvic floor and the diaphragm can move down with your breath. And as you exhale, feel the natural release up from the pelvic floor and the diaphragm, the tissue that connects around the bottom of the rib cage. As you breathe in, visualize the pelvic floor and the diaphragm moving down. And now also visualize your side ribs lifting and spreading. As you exhale, feel the side ribs move back in, feel the pelvic floor, diaphragm release up. And as you breathe in, breathe down towards the pelvis, diaphragm, and feel your side ribs expand. You can even put your hands on them like I'm doing. Feel the neck and the shoulders stay calm. One more conscious breath like that, neck and shoulders stay relaxed. So now open your eyes, and I want you to stay connected to this breath pattern. So we're gonna start by mobilizing the shoulders a bit. Bring your knuckles to your temples, and as you exhale, draw the elbows in. And as you close your heart, start to open up the back in between the blades. As you inhale, breathe down, and let the elbows go wide and the heart start to spread. Exhale to draw the elbows in. Inhale to open. Exhale, draw elbows in, open up in the back of the shoulders. Inhale to shine the heart open, but breathe down. One more. Breathe down into the pelvis. Then stretch your arms up into the air. And as you exhale, squeeze the backs of the armpits, pull the elbows down. Inhale to reach your arms up. Exhale, pull the elbows down, squeeze in the back of the armpits, squeeze in your back. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to squeeze. Then bring your arms down. Twist to your right. Now, the better that your thoracic spine can twist, the more it's going to be able to go into flexion to extension. When it gets stuck and it can't do that, then we run into problems with the neck and the shoulders. Twist to the other side. Breathe all the way down into your pelvis again. Feel the spine becomes buoyant and tall as you do that pelvic belly breathing. Now come back to center. Now that we've warmed up the shoulders a little bit and the T-spine, we're gonna do a little neck stretch and then come back to the shoulder blades. So with your fingertips at your side, I want you to roll the armpits forward. So right way up here by your armpit bicep, can you spin that forward so that the front of your shoulder opens. As you do that, notice the tendency to push from your ribs. Don't do that. Bring the ribs back into the position we started with so that the breath flows the way we want it to, nice and smooth without the neck tensing up. Keep that rotation from your armpits, and then roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Now, as you let your ear release towards your shoulder, visualize energy channels from the back, side, and front of the base of the neck running down your opposite arm out through your fingertips, and grow those energy channels through the shoulder, through the elbow, through the wrist, through the finger joints. And imagine you could like send out energy through the fingertips from those energy channels. And we're working to hold for a minute here. Now we're going to do this special technique for the vagus nerve. As you keep the ear tipped over, I want you to turn your eyes up towards the ceiling at an angle. If your right ear is over to your left shoulder, right ear over to the right shoulder, you're going to look up to the left. Now the eyes are connected to the dura mater, so what you do with your eyes actually affects the pull of the fascia in the body. Let the eyes soften back to center. Bring your head back up. Oh my gosh, that already feels like a whole new neck on that side. Okay, so sit tall by connecting the rib cage down instead of pushing it forward to give you the illusion you're sitting tall. Balance the head again. Rotate from the armpit. And we're going to drop the left ear over to the left shoulder. Oh man, that's the tight side. Slow breath in through your nose. And slower breath out to activate the parasympathetic. And as you go into the parasympathetic mode, the body will be able to relax even deeper. And then let's go to that energy channel visualization. So visualize from the front, side, and back of the neck where your brachial plexus is, where your actual nerves originate for your arm. Visualize that going out through your shoulder, through the elbow, through the fingers, out through the fingertips, and reach through your fingertips. Cleanse the energy channels with the breath. And then keeping your ear tipping over towards your shoulder, look up at an angle, off to the right. You can feel if you pull the eyes too much, it'll actually create too much pull. So go just the right amount. Eyes soften back to the original position. Tip your head back up on top. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, now let's see how our neck moves after having done that stretch. Roll your chin to your chest, and then twist your chin over to your left shoulder. Side bend it there. Roll it back to the shoulder into flexion, to center. Twist to your right shoulder. Side bend it. Roll back to flexion. Twist to center. Good, now we're going to do some flexion and extension for the neck. So I want you to imagine that you can move one joint at a time from the bottom all the way up through the top where the head balances up on top of the cervical spine. And then work your way from the top down. So roll the chin first, and then one joint at a time, roll into flexion. Roll back up into extension from the base of the neck. And into flexion. Bring your head back on top. And now take your shoulder blades. So the things on the back there, and we're going to take the shoulder blades and draw them up by your ears. And then clockwise rotation, draw them back and down towards your back pockets. Now take those shoulder blades forward and up. Roll them back and down. Change the direction. Back and up. Forward and down. Back and up. forward and down. Now let's see if we can do a full neck circle to help with the mobility of our neck. So tuck your chin towards your chest. Roll your chin to your right shoulder. Drop your ear to your shoulder. Now lean your head back into extension, into the middle. Now as you hold it in the middle, remember that visualization of moving up one joint at a time. So you're not just hinging from the stiff weak spot. And then roll over to your left shoulder. Side bend it to your left shoulder. Chin to your chest. One more time that direction. Twist to the right. Side bend. Into extension. Keep your rib cage in. Roll over to your left shoulder. Back to center. Opposite direction. Twist to the left shoulder. Side bend. Roll into extension. Lift up to the extension. To the right shoulder. Into flexion. Feel all those joints of the spine rounding as you come to center. To the left. Roll it around. Nice and slow, 1 mile an hour. Oh, that's pretty good. Now we're going to do one last. We're going to go into flexion for the thoracic spine as well as the neck. So with your fingertips at your side, being grounded through the sit bones, take your right arm up and then side bend. But as you go to side bend, instead of falling over, I want you to see how much length you can create through the right side, through the whole right side of the spine. So typically when we do this, the tendency is to just see how far we can hinge over. Instead, reach down through your right sit bone, breathe length through that whole right side of the spine. Breathe down into your pelvis and your belly like we practiced at the beginning, and change sides. Come back up. Test your neck, see how it feels, your shoulders. Should feel really good. All right, well, thanks for joining me in this little neck stretch. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.